If you want to take notes or if you want to write down questions for in between, always helpful. So good evening, everybody, to our webinar, to our Zoom call, what we have on a Monday evening, always at 8 o'clock. My name is Bea Corrie, and I'm with Herbalife since 23 years. Just love it, love it, love it. And especially the topic for tonight is for me very special because I love to work with customers. I love to help customers to gain weight, lose weight, or just have more energy. And what I shared today with you is a very basic wellness assessment. And to tell you honestly, and I'm always talking honestly, this is the only assessment I do. There's no secret, no magic, no nothing. It's always the same assessment. Doesn't matter who I have in front of me. If somebody wants to lose weight, gain weight, if it is a doctor or a normal worker, I always use the same wellness assessment. If this is a bodybuilder or professional sports person, always the same wellness assessment. And it really works like a charm. So let's get started. I don't want to waste your time for a long talk before, but just let's jump in. So what do you need when you want to do wellness assessments? And you know the magic success formula basically is always that we want to help at least 5 to 7 new customers per month. So we want to do at least 15 wellness assessments per month. If you want to work full-time, you probably do that weekly. We know and you want to write these numbers down, out of 15 wellness assessments, you have 10 trial packs out in average. Obviously, the more you get into your wellness assessment and know what you're doing, the more likely these numbers work for you. So the success formula, 15 wellness assessments, 10 trial packs, lead to 5 to 7 customers. Out of 5 to 7 customers, you get 1 new serious member. So these are the success numbers, and you always want to write down how many wellness assessments you make, how many trial packs you get out of it, how many customers you get out of it. Why do you want to track it? It helps you to get an idea if you're doing the right things at the right time, or where can you improve. So even when you share them with your sponsor or your mentor and say, hey, I'm doing 15 wellness assessment, but I only get 8 trial packs out. Or, hey, I get 10 trial packs out, but I only have 1 customer who upgrades them to a full program. Or, hey, I get my 5 to 7 customers, but I never get a member. That is basically where we can help you to improve on a daily basis. So what do you need for doing a wellness assessment? The presentation I will share with you tonight, either printed in a file. I like it on paper, but when you travel a lot, you might want to have it also on your phone. So I have it also on my phone. And I use basically exactly the same presentation and the same words when I talk to somebody who is far away from me and I can't go there. I do exactly the same wellness presentation just on WhatsApp. Then you need obviously pen and paper when you want to take good notes, a measurement tape, a diary, a shaker bottle, a trial pack or your own vanilla shake and tea for sampling. Also have lactose-free milk or soya milk or yogurt at home or with you, or the TDN protein mix. If you have a scale to weigh the people, or if you have a Tanita, that's great and you can use it. It's not really necessary. I always like to say, rather earn your own Tanita scale by joining our Club 500 Plus. That means when you have 6 months consecutive 500 personal purchase volume and you have 6 team members in your team, voila, you get a free Tanita scale. So it's much easier to get it that way. So, and then next to our next slide. So Chinese proverb says, don't open a business when you can't smile. So we are still in setting up our wellness presentation. So what is very important, this is a business and you want to deal really with it like a business person. So be always interested. Talk less and listen more. The secret in our business or when we do a wellness assessment is really asking questions and then listen very carefully. It's about building a relationship. You want to learn about the people. Find out about the other person. family background, children, partner, work situation, exercise, but don't make it like an interview that the person sits down and you say, tell me about your family, tell me about your children, tell me about this. That's not what I mean, okay? So it's just nice in an interaction, basically, where you talk with the people, okay? So ask always, who do they know who would like to have also free wellness assessment? So very important that you ask these questions over and over again. Sooner or later, you will get referrals. So make the people really aware of referrals and that you like to get referrals. I'll just look quickly that I mute everybody because we have a little bit of background noise here. Okay, looks okay, good. So, and then I personally start always with a survey, like a little questionnaire basically. You can use exactly this survey, but you can also use another survey, basically pen and paper, and ask these questions. So if you don't have really a printer at home or can't print all the time, the most important is basically that we find out from the people, what did you have for breakfast this morning? Then you want to know, do you have cravings throughout the day? And what they are craving for? Then you want to know, how do they feel energy-wise when they wake up in the morning? And how do they feel energy-wise throughout the day? Does their energy drop throughout the day? And then basically important is, what would they like to achieve? Are they looking for more energy or gaining muscle, weight loss, or getting toned? And then always ask, do you know anyone else that is interested to learn more about the importance of the breakfast? So this is basically a nice questionnaire which you can use. I like to use it in paper form. So basically when my prospect comes to me or I'm at his place, then I basically give him this form. And in the meantime, I boil the kettle to make some hot water to serve him and myself our magic herbal beverage. So I always have a herbal beverage together with my customer. The sampling is for me very, very much key, because only when they really like it, I know also that they really enjoy later on the trial. So, and then I start with my presentation. So the person has filled in the form. If you have a Tanita, you can do your Tanita readings before. As I said earlier on, if you don't have a Tanita, don't stress about it. So, and then I tell them, do you know that breakfast is the most important meal in a day? And some say yes, some say no. And I asked them already before, what do they have for breakfast? So they told me already maybe they had porridge or they had nothing for breakfast. And then I jumped to the next slide already, where I explained, and look, when you have no breakfast, and if you have breakfast 1 hour later or later than 1 hour after you woke up, then it counts like no breakfast. So if you have no breakfast, your blood sugar drops, and later on when you eat something, your blood sugar spikes too high. So your blood sugar is always on a roller coaster. Carbohydrates for breakfast, like bread, cereals, porridge, muesli, fruit just for breakfast, leads exactly to the same. Blood sugar first spikes too high, then drops down to low. So also blood sugar is out of control, roller coaster. We want to have the blood sugar actually in the green level, but your blood sugar is either too high or too low. And what I always like to say there, do you know what your children are having for breakfast? Do you know what your spouse is having for breakfast? So through that, I find already out if the person has children, when I didn't ask before. Do you know what your work colleagues have for breakfast? Yeah. And often I get there already the answers for later on working on referrals, basically, when they say, all my work colleagues also have no breakfast. We only have a cup of coffee when we come to work. And then you can actually later on initiate referrals. But don't talk there already about referrals. Just remember it or take good notes. This is why it's always good when you have pen and paper handy. And then you go further and say, okay, look, this is how breakfast affects you. What happens basically when you have no breakfast or when you have carbohydrates for breakfast is you have a loss of appetite, or you have constant feelings of hunger, or you have cravings for sugary snacks, or you have difficulty in concentration, or you feel tired and have a lack of energy, or you're forgetful, or you're irritable and moody, or you have diseases and illnesses like high blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes, and all of that stuff. And then I asked, does anything of this affect you? So always engage with the person before you go to the next slide. So, and then I really wait till they tell me, yeah, I always feel hungry and I always have difficulty in concentration. And everything they tell me, I write down. Because what I have in my head, this person, I create that person's before and then story. Meaning, how did they feel before Herbalife? And how do they feel now? This is all of us. We have a story before Herbalife and now. But when I sit next to my prospect, I create that story already in my head, meaning I work towards these goals. I want to get that sorted for the person. I hope that makes sense for you. So now the person told me all the different, the different points, basically what affects them. And before I go further, I say, look, the long-term effects of a bad breakfast choice leads to unbalanced nutrition, which turns either into extra weight or to being underweight. So would you like to change your situation? Would you like to change that you don't have the cravings for sugary snacks anymore, that you can concentrate again, that you have more energy again? And when they say yes, then I turn to the next slide. So this question there, would you like to change your situation, is very important. So get a confirmation there. And when they say yes, okay, let me explain you what we see as a healthy breakfast. A healthy breakfast should consist of water to rehydrate the body first thing in the morning. So please always get up in the morning from the bedroom to the kitchen, have a glass of water. Then we use a cleanser that cleans and soothes the digestive system. We call it a herbal aloe concentrate, which we put in our first glass of water. It tastes refreshing, it's cleansing, it's like brushing your teeth, but now from the inside so that the body can absorb much better all the good nutrition. Then an energy booster that kickstarts the metabolism. And because I gave him the tea before, our herbal beverage before, I say, this is the brown stuff what we are drinking just now. And this is basically like when you make a fireplace, the blitz what we put into the fire, that it works much faster. You know, when you make a fire, you basically put wood in the fireplace and then you use the blitz, that it sparks much quicker and the fire burns much quicker. And this is basically the herbal beverage is our blitz to make our metabolism working much faster. And then we use a well-balanced protein-based breakfast that supplies the body with all the vital nutrients and regulates a normal blood sugar level, so that our blood sugar is now always on the green level. What that means is basically our delicious shake is not just a normal shake what you can buy from the shelf. Our shake is balanced with the right amount of protein. We don't go high protein, we do right amount of protein, right amount of good carbohydrates, right amount of all vitamins and minerals. So it's a complete meal closed in that subject. Yeah. So this is basically that unique subject what we have with our shake, because it gives us all the nutrients at the right time. Would you like to try that? And then the person often says, yes, I would like to try that. Or the person says, depends how much it is. And then I go to the next slide and say, look, you can only start with me with a trial pack. where you get for 99 Rand 6 servings of our Formula 1 healthy meal shake and 6 servings of that brown stuff of our Trim in a Cup, or we call it, normal name is Herbal Instant Beverage. You get with it instructions for 6 days. We give you tips what you're gonna have for snacks. We don't want that you starve. So you basically start up your day in the morning with a glass of water. You have your shake, you have your instant herbal beverage, which is our Trim in a Cup, that tea, yeah. Then you have 3 hours later a snack with protein. This can be some tuna, that can be some boiled egg, this can be biltong, this can be a little bit of chicken left over, this can be a yogurt. So we want to have protein there combined with a fruit. Then you have your lunch where you looked at your fish, chicken, or beans, lentils with colorful veggies. Then you have your mid-afternoon snack where again you have some protein on the plate. Again, either yogurt or boiled egg or tuna. We give you a list for that. I send it all to you on WhatsApp. And then in the evening, you have, again, your supper, where you look that you have, again, protein on your plate, maybe an omelette with some salad. Also, you will get more and more ideas for that. Would you like to try that? And I can tell you, most of the people say yes. And I say, do you have the money with you? And they put the 100 Rand on the table, and I go and get my trial pack. I never ever, and please remember that, never ever give a trial pack without payment. Payment, then the product, in every aspect. If this is your closest friend, your closest family, doesn't matter, money, and then the pack, okay? What I do then is I take them basically and show them how we make a shake. This is why I have yogurt at home, or lactose-free milk at home, or soya milk at home. I personally prefer then lactose-free milk or yogurt to show a shake to the people. And yeah, this is basically most important, that they see how we mix a shake, and obviously also how they like it. So I give them half glass to taste. So you don't need to sample a full shake. It's enough just that they can get the taste of the shake, and that they have seen how to mix it, and that they basically say, that's nice. Yeah, you really want that they fall in love with the shake. The most important is that the people really fall in love with the shake. Yeah, we have Carla here on the call. She has a restaurant, an Italian restaurant. If people come to a restaurant the very first time and they like it there, and the food is good and the service is good, people come again and again and again, and they refer. If the food is the first time not good, nobody comes back. If the service is not good, nobody comes back. So apply that to your own business. So I want to explain to you a couple of things, maybe what rises up as questions at the moment. And afterwards, I will open still for questions if you have questions. So why do I do the sampling? I think I explained it in the meantime already. For me, it's very, very important that people basically like the shake and fall in love with the shake. I'm only happy when they leave and say, wow, I like the shake. I'm looking forward to get started. So then I'm basically relieved. Whatever they do now at home, if they mix it with a fork or whatever they do, but I know I've shown them the right way. They know how it should taste. Yeah, I had now a gentleman, he just finished his 6-day trial today, and I asked him today, how did you mix your shake? You never told me on the WhatsApp, how did you mix your shake? He said, no, I'm easy. I just mixed it in a glass with the fork. And I said, oh, did that taste? He said, no, I'm easygoing. But at least I know when he had the shake with me, it was fine. I mean, now with his upgrade, he got his products today. I made him a complimentary gift and gave him a shaker. So now I know he has a shaker at home that he quickly can shake up his shake. Why do I use the trial pack, and why do I use a 6-day pack? For me, very important is a couple of things when it comes to the trial pack. First of all, I always give a trial pack. I never start somebody on the full program. Why? The trial pack helps me to find out if the person is really serious. I don't want to sell to somebody a shake and later on the person doesn't use it or doesn't use it right or is not ready in their mindset. Also, when people start on Herbalife, the start for them costs them 99 Rand. This is for everybody affordable. So if it comes to referrals and somebody asks, but how much is it? They say 99 Rand for a trial pack. So that's easy. When a new member gets started and you have no sales skills, then it's difficult to sell a full program. But to sell a trial pack, I mean, 99 Rand is less than a cinema or movie ticket, so that's always easy. So in our business, everything should be duplicatable. I even have customers coming to me saying, Bea, do you have 2 more trial packs because my 2 colleagues also want to get started? Yay! Yippee yay! I mean, that's easy. This is how you get referrals. This is what you want to have, because my customer can explain why the breakfast is so important, and we can add them to a challenge. So there is no stress around. So keep it simple. Our business must be simple. When our customer already can explain why the trial is important and can take a trial to his friend, it's just that we need to take care of this friend also with the follow-up. Why do I use a 6-day challenge? Some people like to use the trial pack as a 3-day trial. That's fine. Then it's mainly for weight loss. For me, I always start with the 6-day challenge. Again, simple, duplicatable. Why 6-day challenge? The people only change the breakfast. And only changing the breakfast is something people can see doing in the long run. Just changing the breakfast means a healthy lifestyle. So it means not that they must miss out now on the lunch and things like that. So basically, people understand Herbalife is a healthy lifestyle. Herbalife is not a diet. And you don't want to know how often I repeat that. Herbalife is a healthy lifestyle. It's not a diet. Herbalife is a healthy lifestyle. Herbalife is not a diet. So till my customer understands, it doesn't matter if it is Christmas, holiday, weekend, you take your shake first thing in the morning. When somebody goes to holiday, what do? They get up late, or they get up and then they sit a little while in bed till they finally at 10 o'clock go to the breakfast buffet in the hotel. Or on a weekend, they get up, they not get up, they read in the bed. What I always want is that the people have then their shake first thing, and when they have their shake in bed because they want to chill a little bit more on a Sunday morning, but have their shake in bed, and then later on when they go out for brunch, they still can go out for brunch, but the shake within the first hour is essential. When we get that in the heads of the people, in our own head, but also in the heads of the people, we win a lot, because we have a balanced blood sugar and we lose our cravings. So this is why I really, with my people, I only make the 6-day challenge. And it's duplicatable. I don't need to explain a new member, because I have always in my head, my customer becomes later on my member. So I don't need to teach them different stories. It's always the same. It's always the same, the 6-day trial. So, and then when my customer leaves, I take an appointment I make an appointment already for day 5. So yes, it's a 6-day trial, but I meet with my customer on day 5. Why? Because then he has 1 shake left, and we can arrange already which products he wants to have for the future to continue. So if I meet only on day 6, but he has not immediately the money with him, then you struggle basically. Then he might have 1 day or 2 days without shake. You don't want to have that. Then I give my customer a meal plan or a snack list or some ideas. You can also WhatsApp all of that or email it to your customer. And then again, I like to take the measurements. If you have a scale, you can go with the scale and take also the weight, but always take the measurements. You can use a measurement form like we have it on our level 10 page, or you just write it down you can use a simple page, a white page from a normal notebook, and just start your customer file. You will need a customer file because you want to take notes, everything what you find out about the customer. Husband name, anniversary, birthday, everything you want to remember, because with your customer, it's about building a relationship. This is a timetable what I like to send sometimes to my customers for those who understand very badly how we structure actually every 3 hours that we eat. So what we teach our people is that we have our shake within the first hour when we wake up. We have 1 to 2 glasses of water first, then we have our breakfast shake, our tea. 3 hours later, latest, we have our snack with some protein and a fruit or a veggie. Then 3 hours later, we have our lunch. 3 hours later, latest, we have our protein snack, and 3 hours later, we have our dinner. However you want to communicate with your customer is up to you, but follow up that they never ever starve themselves. This is also one of the images I like to use on WhatsApp or print it even for my customer so that they again see protein and carbohydrate. And please understand and be patient with your customers. They say, yes, 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 I understand. They don't understand. So while you have them on the 6-day trial, ask them, what did you have for snack? And you will find out they only eat an apple. And don't be frustrated. Just explain again and again and again. And then don't use the word protein anymore. Just say, please, do you like yogurt? Super. Then eat tomorrow yogurt and an apple. This is how I start to talk then with my customer till he understands. Do you like eggs? Super. Then eat tomorrow a boiled egg and a tomato. Yeah. And this is how you basically follow up with your customer. So the follow-up is actually the key. The key is not to sell a trial pack. The key is the follow-up. The crucial part is really the customer service, like in a good restaurant. When the waiter always comes, do you like your food? Do you enjoy everything? This is basically our job as well. So on the 6-day challenge, we educate our customer about healthy lifestyle, about having the snacks. Now there's 2 things you can do. You can either use our script, we have it in German and in English, our 6-day challenge. It's an education program where you send to certain times on certain days, certain images, and there's even a script for the audios. If you are a WhatsApp person and like that kind of working with WhatsApp and having and following a script, cool, do it, follow the script. But if you have never experienced the 6-day challenge by yourself, ask your sponsor or mentor to do the 6-day challenge with you so that you can experience it first for yourself to understand the process of the 6-day challenge. If you are not a WhatsApp person, that you really are on track the whole day with WhatsApp and sending images because your work does not allow it, maybe, yeah. I see Elsa at the moment on the call, so hi Elsa to Plettenberg Bay, and I know she has a very demanding full-time job and very little time to check her phone in between. So what she probably needs to do is, in the evening, making a call to her customer and then rather talk on the phone. This is what we did. When we got started, we didn't have WhatsApp. So find out what kind of customer do you have. It's not just about you when you like WhatsApp, but your customer has no WhatsApp or hates WhatsApp. Then you need to pick up the phone and talk to the person. There's a penny in a sale, but there's a fortune in the follow-up. Please understand that. There's no investment in our business, only the personal contact to our customer. Maybe that phone call is an investment for you, but it's worth it because you're gonna change a person's life. So what you want to know on a daily basis, and write these questions down. How did you mix the shake? So how did your customer mix the shake? You want to know which milk they used. You want to make sure that they use the full sachet of the shake. How did they mix their tea, the herbal beverage? How much powder did they use? How did they like the shake? How did they like the herbal beverage? so that you know they really enjoy it. And if they don't enjoy it now, give them some tips. They can do honey in their tea, they can mix a little bit of fruit juice in their shake, or they can add honey in the shake if they want to have it more sweet. Don't be too fussy. The 6 days is all about enjoying that new lifestyle and enjoying the taste. It's not about a huge weight loss in 6 days, because it's more about healthy lifestyle. How much water did they drink? What did they have for snack? We discussed that already. How did they feel? This is basically when you want to discover, do they feel already a difference? Do they feel lighter, more energy, better sleep? How is their digestion? And just that customer of mine who upgraded today, I tell you something. When my customer leaves after they had the shake and the tea and took their trial pack, I always send them a quick message with congratulations for joining you, or for having your wellness assessment done today. I hope you enjoyed. And tell me, how do you feel now after the shake and the tea? And this gentleman had, after his first shake at my place, a running tummy for the entire day. So he sent me the next day a message, Bea, I didn't start today because I have such a running tummy after I left you yesterday. And I said, wow, that's amazing. That's stunning. You go immediately into a detox. That's absolutely amazing. You will get the most awesome result. Just have 1 liter water more today. So whenever your customer has something going on like headaches, constipation, running tummy, whatever it is, it's a sign of detox. Just make sure that they use also the right milk. And most of you know already my speech about the lactose-free or soya milk for the shake, or rather use yogurt. Why? There's lactose in the normal milk. If you use fat-free or low-fat milk, it comes always with lactose, which is the milk sugar. And milk sugar causes for most of the people a problem with bloatedness or diarrhea or constipation, gas, cramps. So this is why I always suggested people from the very beginning lactose-free milk or soya milk or yogurt. And this is the reason why when people get a shake from me to drink, to taste, it's always with lactose-free milk or soya milk. Later when they upgrade, show them the shake with PDM. This is what I personally do. And it basically means that the people more likely also take the PDM. So on the day 5 appointment, you get together, you sit down, and you give your client a glass of water with the aloe concentrate, ideally, because now they taste it, they like it, and they want to have the aloe concentrate in the future. Then ask them how they feel. What is the difference they can feel? And write it down. Now you create that before and now story. Do they sleep better? Have they more energy? Feeling lighter? Skin improved? Skin glowing? Watch always their skin. I always look at my customer and remember very clearly the skin, how it looked before and on day 5. And most of the people have a healthier glow in their skin. Then they take the measurements. So don't jump immediately into the measurements. The bigger part is actually how they feel now. It's about the improvement in how they feel. Then take the measurements and celebrate all the success. Be super excited. Yeah. So for example, wow, I'm so excited. Wow, look at this. You sleep better. Your energy has already improved. You don't crave chocolate anymore, you said to me. So much money you save now. That's incredible. And you have lost already 4 centimeters. I'm so excited for you. Would you like to continue? I can continue with you now. I really see you put some effort into it. Would you like to continue? So really be excited and jump out of your skin. Don't be the normal average person who says, it's okay, you can continue now. Yeah. So be really excited for your customer and and then you say, okay, let's have a look which program makes sense for you. So when he says, yes, I would like to continue. Yeah. Then say, so now you can start on my 21-day program. Look, we have different programs for you. You can start on the program A, B, or C, what makes sense for you. So the program A is the shake and the tea. The program B is the shake, tea, and the aloe. The aloe I just gave you in your water now. How do you like it? Like it, yeah. So the aloe is the cleanser. Like we clean the teeth, now we clean from the inside so that the body can absorb much faster all the good nutrition. I always like to say the aloe is actually like little soldiers which sort out everything in your digestive system and in your tummy. And then the program C is the shake, tea, aloe, and the protein drink mix. The protein drink mix replaces the milk. You don't need to run to the shops anymore. It gives you more protein in your shake. The shake is so much creamier, makes you fuller for longer. It's absolutely incredible. So which program would you like to have, A, B, or C? And then you shut up. Sorry to say it like that. Just be quiet and say, which program would you like to have? And just look at your customer and wait what he has to say. And that's the most critical point where you just be quiet. And whatever your customer says, when he says, I want to have the program A, fantastic. If he says program C, fantastic. So don't oversell now. Yeah. So when he says, I want to have the program B, then say, fantastic. Which flavor of the shake would you like to have? And then you decide on the shake flavor. Which flavor of the herbal beverage would you like to have? And then you decide on the flavor of the herbal beverage. And then the herbal aloe concentrate. You can then make one smart step where you say, okay, our shake comes in a 30-meal serving as well. So if you want to save 62 Rand compared to the 30 meals, then you can take also our vanilla shake, comes only in vanilla, which comes as a big brother version. So it's like buying bulk for lesser money. And the same you can basically also do with the 50 and the 100 gram tea. So when the person is decided now with the flavor and everything, you say, okay, when would you like to get started? It's basically the question, when do you have the money? Yeah, but it's a more elegant question where you say, when would you like to get started? And the person says, so my customer today who upgraded today, he said, actually now. I say, okay, do you have the money with you? He said, no, but I can go quickly to the bank. I said, okay. I check everything if I have everything at home. So if you don't have stock at home, obviously, you want to make arrangements with your customer to give you the money or EFT you the money and make arrangements that you get the products as soon as possible. I have always stock on hand, yeah, but I, again, only give the products with immediate payment. So either the customer can make an online payment immediately on his phone, or he goes to the ATM bank and comes back with the money and they make the products ready, or you arrange for the next day. Now you understand why I do the meeting on day 5 and not on day 6, because with day 5 they still have for one day a shake and can continue from there. So and then you continue from there with the follow-up. And as I said early on, there's a penny in a sale, but a fortune in the follow-up. You really have won a customer when he buys a second time, meaning he has the trial pack, he buys for the first 21 days. When he buys for the second 21 day, then you have assured really a customer who is really in love with the products. And then we can start the 21-day challenge on WhatsApp. There is a script. So again, if you are not on a 21-day challenge now, then you want to be part of the 21-day challenge from your sponsor or from your mentor, just to learn what is the 21-day challenge all about, to start sooner or later your own 21-day challenge. If you're not a WhatsApp person, then find a way to stay regular in contact with your customers. I love to see my customers once a week quickly for the measurements. I actually have combined now a little exercise group with it, so I actually meet them mostly within 1.5 hours to do the measurements, and we do some exercise together. I always take from my customer now latest a photo when they get started, and then I take a photo every 2 to 3 weeks to just have documents about the development of their shape. And I make a photo or a story before and after. Lots of you have seen these photos already, and with what they have achieved already. Not just a kilogram, also the overall improvement. And I even print it for them at some stage and give it to them as a reward. I send it to them on WhatsApp so that they also can use it, send it to their friends and everything. This can bring you referrals. So, and then I really focus on building a relationship with the customer. So important, the real fun actually starts only now. The real start is invite the customer. As soon as you feel the customer really loves Herbalife, really loves the shake, this can be already in week 1, this can be in month 1, this can be after 3 months. But as soon as you feel that your customer really loves everything, invite them for a loyalty benefit meeting. It's nothing else than our Herbalife opportunity meeting. I just call it a loyalty benefit meeting. I invite the customer for our customer recognition day. I invite them for a pamper party. The magic is basically always have something you can invite them to. If this is a hike, a social activity, an exercise, a walk, what you do together, that you have a working group, just build a community where like-minded people come together. And it can save you lots of time, because when your customers come together, that always is bonding time and they talk to each other, which product they use. Stay in touch with your customers all the time. You want to build that relationship. Remember anniversaries, birthdays. Know and meet the kids and the pets and the life partner and the spouse, or not life partner and spouse, usually it's only one of each. Or only one, not each. Yeah. So just make sure that you meet the family, so that you can connect with them as well. That you can make there as well maybe a little shake party. Build really that trust, build that relationship, and that happens not overnight. That happens not in the first week. This is really our responsibility. Ask always for referrals. Who saw already that you look better? Who could see already the difference in you? And sooner or later, when you ask that over and over again, you will see that you start to get referrals. Ask if you can make a shake party or wellness day at your client's workplace. You need to ask, they don't come up to you. And you need to ask over and over and over and over again, till finally they have so much trust in you that they open up their circle of influence. In closing, you can find all the documents I used today and the presentation on our level10club.co.za page. You just connect there to the Coaches Corner. If you do that the very first time, then you just need to click on sign up, that you create your own login, and there you can find all the documents and presentation. Has stories, pictures before and now on your phone. If you don't have some now, then send later on a WhatsApp message to me and I will send you some. Have always in your handbag the breakfast brochure. There's a nice breakfast brochure. This is how it looks, and it even explains there in the inside the importance of the breakfast. And have always a trial pack in your handbag. And if you don't have a handbag, the gentlemen who are here on the call, you might have a little bag what you take with you to work, or you could have it in your car or somewhere, so that you have always a trial pack for sampling and a trial pack for selling with you. I highly suggest per month always get yourself 10 trial packs, because when you have 10 trial packs at home, then you're going to get also 10 trial packs out per month. So, and that's it mainly. All I can wish you now is basically have love in changing people's lives. Be excited for every step of your client's journey. Make your client really feel like a champion, and show your client our member benefits, and grow your team. Excited clients become excited coaches and love helping others to feel as good as you do. So I hope you got some value out of tonight's call, and I just want to give it to 2 questions if you have questions, or you can send me the questions also later on. But I want to open up if you have any questions. I just unmute everybody. If you have any questions or any comments, unmute all, so everybody's microphones should be open. Any questions?
No, I'm fine, Bea.
Yep.
Super, Nalia is fine. I mean, Carla.
Hi, Bea. I've got 2 questions.
Yeah.
All right. First one, if your customer is lactose intolerant, obviously you can't use yogurt, then we usually move to the lactose-free milk. If they don't like the milk because they say it builds up a lot of slime in their throat, basically when they're on the trial, obviously we know after the trial we can promote the PDM. What do you suggest if they don't do yogurt or milk for the trial to make the shake with? And then my second question is, how often do you follow up after your customers upgraded and they basically do not join your little fit camp or thing, they're a bit far away from you? How often do you follow up with them just to make sure how the result is going?
A fantastic question. So first of all, I have them, when they don't use the lactose-free milk or the yogurt, then I suggest use soya milk. People who are lactose intolerant, most of them are used to soya milk or rice milk or almond milk, so that's another option. And so during the trial pack, they have to use some form of other base. When they have upgraded, then I suggest use the PDM instead of the milk. To stay in touch with my customers is basically when they have upgraded, that I see them once a week for the follow-up with the measurements. And when obviously when they don't come for the exercise, or let's say they live far away, that they even cannot come, I ask them to measure themselves or use their clothes for measurement. So I call them at least once a week to hear their voice, how they are doing. But I have them on my 21-day challenge where they basically see on a daily basis what I'm eating, what I'm drinking. There's a nice little image for the day, and there's a nice little information for the day, which I send out in the evening before. So I stay through that actually all the time on their mind. And I even have a little broadcast list for my clients where I send additional some motivation, not every day, but maybe every second, third day where I send some information out.
Great stuff. Thank you.
Pleasure. Any other question?
No, thanks, Bea.
Perfect.
Thanks, Bea. Lovely. I learned also again. Thanks.
Super, super. Then I say thank you very much for listening tonight and all the engagement. And thank you very much for helping a lot of people out there that they can change their life and can be happier, healthier. Just a quick reminder, it's this time of the year where most of the people want to make a change. Don't let them wait to find you. Find them. Wear your badges, wear the brand, make lots of advertisement, because people are really looking now for a solution. If you make the people clear, and this is again a reason to start with the 6-day challenge, they can have the first time holiday season and Christmas season without gaining weight. The first time in their life, yeah, when they just stick to the healthy breakfast at least, and everybody who goes for holiday or has Christmas, they can have the shake at least for breakfast, but they will have more balance basically with their cravings, or they have no cravings at all. So therefore, speak to more people. Let's change more lives. Thank you very much for being on the call tonight, and have an awesome evening further. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
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 Good night.
Ciao.
Bye, everybody. Focus group is meeting just now. Bye.
Yes.
Bye.